Good evening, Central Indiana. Good evening, Central Indiana. Welcome to Porch Time, live from JTH Construction Studio. We have a whole room full of people, and we'll get to them momentarily. What's up, Keaton, all the way over there on the East Coast? Beth, how you doing? There's Mike. Real quick, I'd like to thank my sponsors. There's Mac and Tanya. How we doing? American Basement Solutions, 1-877-409-2837. Fathom Real Estate with Teresa Messmer, 765-341-8911. Drink the Creek, Cedar Creek series is over for the year. We will get the new schedule coming up. Bland & Boys Lawn Care, 765-315-9656. Findhelp.org with Judge Williams. Get on there and look around. Wayman's Furniture, Appliance, and Mattress, 765-342-4339. Wellspring, that's Bob Goodrum's group, 765-346-6661. Stid's Comfort Systems, I may have to turn the heat on coming up next week, 765-346-0195. Of course, we got Who's Your Web Nerd, 317-640-4398. And Logan's Cosmos, she's actually moving to a different location starting this week, and we will have that location, but her number is 765-318-3388. All right, this is a very interesting show. For those of you on, if you have someone looking for work, a younger person, and there's a lot of folks on here right now, this is the show you want to watch. We have members of the Machine Trades Advisory Board located here at Martinsville at MHS, and they represent a lot of the skilled trades in different areas, different industries throughout the country that made the country what it is. And we also have a student. So I'm going to turn it over to Steve Roy. He is the he represents Overton Industries. Let me introduce y'all first. Steve Roy, Overton Industries. Jeff Haggard, Haggard Stocking. How you doing, guys?
Going
good. Rusty Holsworth, Iscar. I knew I'd butcher that damn thing. And Kellen Beasley. How you doing, Kellen?
All right.
You guys will know his dad, Mr. Beasley. So, anyway, gentlemen, there's been a need in this country for skills trade across the board, all industries, automotive, aerospace. You guys know that as well as me. Talk to us a little about what you're doing, how you got involved, how long you've been in the business, Steve.
I've been in the business. I've been with Overton Industries. January of next year will be 31 years. Started my machine trades career in Martinsville in the machine shop. Went to Vincennes University from 86 to 89, and I've been in the trade ever since. So, like I said, I've been with Overton 31 years, a journeyman toolmaker, and worked my way through the company, and got involved about 5 years ago with the advisory board for the machine trades program. There was a need. They were close to closing the machine trades program
At the high school.
Ridiculous. And Jeff Haggard and Steve Overton 5+ years ago got involved and resurrected that. Got the administration to change their mind. Got an instructor put in place. That's kind of how the advisory board started. And then when Steve Overton retired about 5+ years ago, I kind of stepped in to fill his void. So that's kind of how I've gotten involved.
Jeff, you got anything you want to add? Jeff, you represent Haggard Stocking.
Yes.
And how long have you been involved with the advisory board? Sound like you started it.
Well, I wouldn't say necessarily started, but I mean, just been a part of it. We, Haggard Stocking, we're an industrial supply company out of Central Indiana. My father started that company 50 years ago, and I've been a part of the program since I was old enough to push a broom. And I get excited about
Push that mic over to you just a little bit.
I get excited about machining and seeing the young people get into the machining. And before we went on there, Steve mentioned that machining is the backbone of our country. I mean, you can't look at anything where a tool maker or a machinist hasn't touched it in one form or fashion. Right. And we need to bring jobs back to America. And living here in this community, I'm very passionate about the things we do in the community. And if you've not seen our machine trades programs at the high school, it's really one of the best I've seen. And like Steve said, 5+ years ago, we had a small number of students, and they were looking at the costs, and I was challenged by some of the administration at the cost of what we could do. And I said, I can make a couple phone calls to some of our manufacturers that we represent. We can get tools donated. That's what we did, and then we worked to recruit some students, and really our intent wasn't to have an advisory board. It was more just what can we do to help.
Right.
And then when the teacher was there, said, I need ongoing help, not just get the program going. That's when Steve Overton said, we can do what we can to help advise. And so we came in to help where they can find tooling, where they can bring kids in. We worked with the Haas Foundation. I'm sure Rusty can tell you more about that, but they're a manufacturer of machine tools that they have a lot of grants to offer to high schools and incoming students to help them out with scholarships and actually supplies within the shop. And working through the Haas Foundation, we actually had a machining center donated. So so the Machine Trades Advisory Board, it just evolved.
Yeah.
So we saw a need, we just stepped in.
Mac Harris works at CSX, and he's echoing the same sentiments that they're having the same issues in the railroad business. Yeah. Rusty, what do you got for us?
Well, I'm a Martinsville graduated back in '99. Been playing with metal ever since. Between shops, I was a field welder. As of late, I'm now in sales for indexible carbide tooling.
That's a good move, though, getting out of the field.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. Yeah, no. I mean, my toolbox has still got wheels on it, so it can always go back to work. But
it's one thing you don't want to get rid of is your toolbox. You never know.
Yeah, but no, I mean, Steve Overton invited me to start sitting on the board and seeing what we could do. It started out with we'd supply tooling or some knowledge or just whatever the program needed at the high school. And now
you guys all three represent a different aspect of it.
Oh, absolutely.
And that's needed.
Yeah. So and then now we've kind of focused. We still do all that too, as far as tooling and supplies or whatever they need. But now it's more of kind of the marketing aspect too. I mean, we've got a bunch of new homes coming to Martinsville. We want families to move into those. We want Martinsville seen as, hey, we can get a really good education here. We've got a program that's worth its salt here.
Yeah.
I mean, we do. I've been to a lot of shops throughout the state, different high schools, tech centers, and stuff like that, and ours is one of the best.
And you guys have an open house.
Yeah. So I think probably 3.5 years ago, we evolved and wanted to do an open house. So first open house we did was just for the machine trades.
Right.
And it went well. We had a great turnout, kind of showcased the machining side of things, and then we decided to expand it to the entire trades department. So you got the welding, you got the building trades, the automotive side of things, the robotics, the engineering. So all areas of the skilled trades departments are involved now. So the open house is November 3rd. This year, November 3rd coming up on a Thursday from 5 to 7. It's a community open house. Invite all kids and families to come in to see what we're about, to see what the school has to offer.
I mean, this stuff is so vital.
Yes.
To not only our area but to the country, because so many kids, and I'm just going to say this: you're probably not going to get rich getting a liberal arts degree right now.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But you can make a damn good living making $30-$40 an hour spinning or making metal.
Yeah.
As
being a tool maker, being
inspecting parts or
a CNC machinist. Absolutely.
And there's factories from one end of this state to the other, actually from one end of this country to the other.
Yep.
Whether it be in automotive or even woodworking or aerospace or anything you want to get into,
yep.
they're available.
Yeah.
It's also a jump start because you talk about working on the machines, but you can get into sales, you can get into presidents of companies, you can get into
engineering,
the support sides of this.
This is it's a jumping board for a whole lot of career paths within this industry. And one other thing at the open house, we're going to have several schools there that represent the secondary education for this. Like Vincent's University is going to be there, and I believe Ivy Tech's going to be there.
Ivy Tech, yep.
So,
that's awesome.
So it gives the parents and the students a chance to talk about what's beyond Martinsville High School and getting their degrees within this program. It's a 2-year program, and they come out making, like you alluded to, making a whole lot more money than some of these other schools, a whole lot less debt.
Right.
Absolutely.
And that is so key. Believe me.
And that's one of the things that Overton Industries offers kids. We try to recruit kids out of the Martinsville program, out of Area 31 programs, and offer them a scholarship to work for us. We pay usually, if they go to Vincennes or Abbey Tech, we pay half their education.
I'm telling you right now, I don't know if there's a factory in this state that if you could walk in right now and say, hey, I'm a high school senior, I'm thinking about doing this, can I come in here once a week and watch
Sure.
and learn?
Guaranteed.
They
Guaranteed they
drag
will.
you in
Absolutely.
there and say,
Guaranteed.
what can we do
Absolutely.
to help?
Yep.
Because there's a certain gap right now, and we know this,
Yes.
that there's a lot of guys retiring, dying off, whatever it may be.
Yep.
And there's not a whole lot refilling the barrel.
No, there is.
And that's scary. And these are vital positions and vital jobs this country and this state need.
Yeah.
And you've got a good one here, Mr. Beasley. Here you go. Yeah. German skilled trades make 65 years. Start with a little. And yeah, and probably a boatload more bills too.
Yeah.
To get that piece of paper.
Yeah, my the guys that work for me, the higher end skilled trades guys or the tool makers, they're making $28 to $30 an hour.
Yeah.
You know, here in Mooresville, Indiana, and I mean they're making a great living.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've made a good living. You know, working my way through. You know, I tell kids when they come to our shop and you know, you can grow up to be something. You know, like I said, I went to Vincennes, did my apprenticeship, worked in the shop for 15 plus years, went in project management, then operations management, now division.
Right.
So you can aspire to be Rusty's in sales. You know, he's president of Hager and Stock.
Yep.
So, you know,
There's
it's
so many
definitely a
different branches
platform.
to this.
Absolutely.
That you can get involved with. It's not just making shavings.
No, absolutely not.
It'll at least open your eyes to it and maybe open a door for you.
Yep.
And you guys have a young man here that you have brought through your system, or so to
He's
speak.
still in.
He's still in.
Still
yeah,
in.
you're a senior.
Kellen, you're still in high school
I
at
am.
Martinsville.
Yeah.
And what got you involved? Yeah, what got you involved in all this?
Well, I've been doing it with my dad for a while, and it just always seemed kind of interesting. Eventually, I saw the fact that I could do it. I took advantage of it. Sophomore year.
So since your sophomore year, you've been involved. What's your favorite? What do you like to do?
I like the CNC. I like the computer aspect of it. I like it.
Hollywood already.
cool to
Yeah,
mess with.
that's the younger generation.
Right.
coming out,
So
yeah.
funny story
All
about
about this-
Kellen. Him and his dad took a class over in Ohio. I think you were 12 or 13. I don't remember. He ended up with a job offer from a furniture company down in the Carolinas doing CAD work for them when he was like 13 years old.
You should have jumped on that.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Look where you could be
Carolinas.
now.
It's nice there. It'll still be there for you.
Oh yeah.
yeah,
absolutely.
HVAC, plumbing, all that.
Yep.
Right on, Teresa. So 2 years you've been into it, and what's your aspirations after high school? What you
I plan on going to Vincennes for CNC machining and anything that I can get my hands on that pay. I want to go with aerospace, you know, like NASA, something like that. So I'm really that's out there to get that kind of job.
but you're starting off right.
Yeah, absolutely.
regardless.
You're going to have a fantastic foundation going to Vincennes University.
That's pretty cool. Great goals, and you're in the right direction. And these gentlemen, they know somebody. I'm pretty sure. And,
Yeah.
and as your dad does too.
Yeah.
Point you in the right direction. There's a lot of engineer positions in a lot of good factories north of us, some south of us. Very cool. What do your friends say? Do you have friends involved with it too?
Yeah.
Right.
Most of my friends have just stuck with me,
Right.
but I don't know very many other ones that are planning on doing it after high school. I think maybe 2 or 3 are
Okay.
going all of this after high school.
See, that's where we need the help. That's what we need, the younger generation.
And that's why we want to try to
It
get
does, Mac.
the middle schoolers to come in, see what the trades is about, you know, get them interested,
Right.
you know, and promote that, you know, these kids don't have to have a 4-year degree to make a great living.
Right.
You know, you could get a 2-year degree, you could start an apprenticeship somewhere with a company, and
You don't have to accumulate $100,000.
no, absolutely not.
to earn a living anymore.
Absolutely not.
Well, and part of why we started some of the open house stuff is we don't just want the exposure for the kids. I mean, most of the parents, and I've got kids in high school now too, that when we were in school, it's been beat into our heads. You got to go to college. You got to go to college. Well, not necessarily. we need people to buy in that working with your hands is okay. I mean,
Right.
Yeah.
everybody's dad at some point or their grandpa probably worked at a factory somewhere, or worked in a shop, or worked on the farm.
Guarantee it.
You know, I mean, at this point in time, kids are wondering, hey, what can I buy? Instead of when I was a kid, it was, hey, what can I build? What can I make?
Right.
Because we still had wood shop in the middle schools, plus shop throughout the high school, and now, I mean, we have it in high school, but they have no exposure to it pre-high school.
Well, I guarantee our grandpas and a lot of our fathers didn't throw anything away.
No.
You took it in the shop and you fixed
Yeah.
it,
Right.
or you put duct tape on it and worked
Right.
until it fell apart again.
Yep.
That was just what you did. Do they still have trade classes in high school?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Martinsville High School actually has a very wide range from, they've got machine trades, they have welding, auto shop, fire EMT, the Rewind kids, they get broadcasting.
Right.
I think there's some graphic design. So, I mean,
Yeah.
there's so many things out there. And,
Robotics.
you know, we want kids to be able to try those out too, because
Yeah.
part of figuring out in the end what you want to do is figuring out what you don't want to do.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, get in there and take it. It's free. You get to do this with no money out of pocket. So you can try and call it fail if you want, but I mean, you can try it out and be like, man, that ain't for me. Okay, on to the next one. You
Right.
know, I mean,
Yeah.
Trust me, that's better than going somewhere and hiring in for 2 weeks and realizing, boy, I made a mistake.
Yeah,
nope,
exactly.
absolutely.
We've all been there.
Yeah. The welding area of the high school, they got all new welding equipment this year.
Really?
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think they just spent like $250,000.
Yep.
See, I've inspected welds
Yep.
for all these
So-
years.
Yeah, like I said, we put 2 pieces of CNC equipment in the machine shop area. We got a CNC lathe, a small CNC mill, still a lot of manual equipment, but
Mhm.
always wanting to get further or get more pieces of equipment, up to date equipment in there.
That's fantastic. I had no clue that all this was going on.
Oh yeah,
And I think it's awesome you guys are doing this, and you already got gentlemen like Kellen here involved. It needs to keep going.
Yeah.
And the community needs to get behind this.
oh yeah, absolutely.
You do have full support of the high school though, and the
Yes.
board and everybody.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Good.
I talked to Mr. Bowman and Susie Lips, and you
Good.
know they're definitely behind us. Support us. They'd like to see a hand into maybe a career center someday.
Right.
You know, that's down. We'd have to do a lot more expansion to get to that point, but you know, it could happen.
Yes, they do, Mac.
They do all those, the TIG and Heliarc.
They have everything down there. Yeah.
Do they really?
Yep.
Actually, they just got a new plasma table too. So they've
They did.
got.
That is
Yeah,
fantastic.
we've got a small CO2 laser over in the wood shop too. So I mean, the amount of stuff between 3D printing plus the machining, welding, and auto shop. I mean, they are very well.
Yeah.
Very
Very well.
well
equipped.
outfitted.
Yep.
Well, that's kind of what these gentlemen are doing. He's exactly right. Do they still do stuff like that when they take the classes somewhere? Or
It's slowed down, but they do. We used to go out for manufacturing day. Post COVID, we're trying to still work through some of the logistics of that, of who we can go see and where
Sure.
we can go see, and getting enough planning ahead to do it.
I too.
Yeah. Hi, Amy.
Hey, you gotta have fans.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that's-
Hey, I'm famous now.
Good question, Brad. But yeah, I remember we used to do that. Do they have the machine shop or the wood shop still in junior high?
No.
No.
Was that Mr. Hall? Am I right? Am I saying that?
That's
years-
a long
I'm
time
an
ago.
old
When we
one.
were at West Middle,
East
we used-
Middle.
you went to East, I went to
East.
West, and we
Roger
had a.
Maxwell when I was there.
Roger was there.
I don't remember who was it.
I think it was Mr. Hall. I don't think I ever did get my lamp right, and my model car broke on the first wreck.
I
so
still got my clock.
That's
from-
why I'm not an
from Wood Shop
engineer.
High
Put me
School.
on the floor and let me do some stuff.
Yeah.
Mr. York at East Middle, Mr. Hall, Mr. Maxwell at East. There we go. Now we're getting all these old timers chiming in. So
One other thing, I'll throw out the open house plug again. There's giveaways and door prizes too. So, thing we're doing, we're giving away an iPad this year. We've done that the last couple open
Oh, yeah.
houses. That's donated from the Morgan County Community Foundation. Thank you for that. Haggard's going to donate some things. Overton's going to donate some things. I got Hoss involved. They're going to donate hats and shirts. So it'll be kind of kids got to go around. They'll get a sign-in sheet. They'll go around to the different rooms, get that signed off, and then they can put that into the bowl or whatever they're going to do to draw for door prizes. So that's
November 3rd is correct.
November 3rd, yes.
5 to 7 p.m. And
Yes.
you want to enter.
Door 21.
It's
Yeah, 21.
The cafeteria
Cafeteria.
door that faces the football field.
there. You go. Cafeteria door face the football field.
So yeah,
Mr.
when they
Reiner taught woodchopper class. There you go.
okay, Mr. Reiner, yes, thank you, Kathy.
We'll have stuff in the cafeteria as well as in each one of the apartments
Yes.
and in the hallway.
Yes.
If you've got a grandson or a son or a family member even slightly interested, bring them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bring them.
Or community members, if you want to just come down and check out what we've got
Right.
going on,
Yes.
come on down.
Yes.
Yeah, get involved.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
You know, and they talk about we need something to do for the kids in this community. Here's another example.
Absolutely.
It's not hitting the ball and it's not chasing the ball. It's
Right.
it's giving them something for their future, and this
Absolutely.
would be perfect.
Absolutely.
Mr. Haggard started.
Grant Trade's kind of
Oh,
Mike.
Brad.
He's not cutting you any slack.
I was just getting ready to call Brad out on his comments. It's Brad's been in this field for a number of years. And I was going to say, not only bring in your potential students, but we like to have people like Brad come in and say, "Hey, it's been a career path for me." So
Right.
we'll put a microphone in front of him.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys could probably fill the room with a bunch of veterans that have been through there.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Overton. How long you been at Overton?
Like I said, January of 2023 be 31 years.
12 miles up the road.
12 miles, 13 miles up the road.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Don't have to fight traffic every day and going downtown.
people have they Porch machine on the east side of the 37, which
Yep.
is a mess right now, but
Yep.
it's added my calendar. Me and my host. Thank you, Mac. That's awesome. There's a lot of machine shops.
Oh yeah.
Twig right here in town.
Twig.
Well, what was it? Over in Franklin, Arvington. It's gone now.
Frank. Oh, Arvin.
Arvin is just
yeah.
gone.
Yeah,
isn't
my
it?
grandpa
Yeah.
retired.
A
from
lot
Arvin.
of folks that I knew worked
Yeah.
at Arvin.
Yep.
Used to be GM Truck and Bus on the south side. Now you
Yep.
know, but you mean Rolls and all sorts of other things
Well,
right
you
there.
had
Thanks,
Ford, you
Brad.
had Chrysler. I mean, they're all gone, right?
Yeah. But these positions are still out there.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I mean, in a lot of different areas in automotive and in
Yep.
aerospace.
not just the machining industry. You got the building trades. You got my brother-in-law's skilled trades, building trades guy. He started in
And down the junior high. Yeah.
We're
He's-
working on it.
Yeah.
he started in laying concrete,
Yeah.
and now he's a skilled trades journeyman carpenter.
You talk about working for NASA. Don't forget, you have 2 other companies now building rockets.
Yeah.
And that has filtered down to where I'm at from those companies. So, not only the U.S. Air Force builds, you got Blue Origin and a lot of these other companies out there. So there's a lot of positions. It's interesting. And the more this advances, I think more companies will start up. It's not cheap for them to start up.
No, no.
But it's pretty cool to see them doing what they're doing. I couldn't do it.
I'm also part of another board, the INTMA, the Indiana chapter of the National Tooling Machining Association. And what's kind of neat is in this field, machine shops are working together to bring their competitors, but they're not. I mean, they're working together. So there's unity. And one thing about the INTMA, we also had a machine. I'm trying to segue in that one. We had a competition throughout the state for young students into the. Kellen actually represented Martinsville and represented as well at the state competition about a year ago. I'm gonna put you on the spot and ask you, Kellen, tell us
You tell us a little bit about that and how you did.
Well, I placed 5th. It was pretty hard. It was challenging stuff. They don't tell you what you're gonna do before you go. It's kind of just blind, so you're preparing for everything you can. And once you get there, it's just kind of seeing the best you can do. And I think it was 20 minutes or something like that each station. A lot of pressure.
So each station is what?
Like
What was involved?
I know I don't remember all of them, but one of them we had to sharpen a drill bit.
Okay.
One we had to surface grind something down to a specific
Tone or
diameter.
size or yeah. Okay.
Then we had one where we just measured things,
Mhm.
different types like micrometers
What
and
mics?
Yep.
all kind of different things. And then
Calipers.
there was one where we just had to drill holes in certain places, and then
Right.
they would measure them, see how close they were. And then the only other one I can remember is So we had to use a edge finder to find the specific center of each hole on there's 3 different sides.
So this is on a mill.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a manual mill, manual lathes.
Yeah, we used
Okay.
we had to make a little 3-step.
Yeah. So this is a statewide competition
That's
you were
awesome.
involved in. Yeah.
That's really
Yeah.
We also put them through mock interviews to try to prepare them for the.
Yeah.
So to finish 5th in the state, the entire state, that's something to say.
But he just described in one building, you have a deburr department
Mhm.
in most manufacturing
Yep.
places. You have an inspection or a final inspection area that
Yep.
does a lot of your does all your final surface inspection. For your holes and things like that. You're going to have CMM machines that can get down in there without damaging the part and get exact numbers. And then, of course, you're going to have your tooling and your machines and all that. So many aspects of the field just by doing what you did there.
Yep.
And it takes a lot because these kids show up to a shop they've never been to.
Right.
I mean, all the equipment's similar, but if you're at your home shop, you're used to that
You're used
stuff.
to a
Right.
certain
So these
mill.
kids are
Yeah.
showing up to a
Absolutely.
shop that's not their home shop. They're looking at equipment that's not the equipment they're used to, and they've got a time limit. Hey, you got to perform.
Right.
This isn't any other contest or just some fluff that we hand prizes out. No, it was like going to work.
Right.
These kids
Yeah.
actually are going to work doing the stuff.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they show up and they're running a mill, they're running a lathe, they're doing it no different than showing up and clocking in and going to work every day.
And I'll start at our program here.
Yep.
To give him that foundation. So
That's awesome.
Yep.
5th in the state. Can't beat that.
I think I'm gonna be doing it again this year. I can get higher up there.
There you
You're
go.
gonna win it this year.
Where's it at this year?
Not for
It'll be
sure.
back at Ivy. But,
It'll be an
it's
Ivy
more
Tech?
like it's going to be an Ivy Tech again, but
Okay.
we're considering going down to Vincennes.
Vincennes, yes.
The board, we're talking about Vincennes for the following year.
Okay.
Actually, possibly even have an overnight. Both programs have fantastic show.
Very cool. And how long has that been going on, the state competition?
Oh,
Long
longer than I've been
long
on the
time.
board, and I've been on the board 12 years, so it's
Yeah,
been-
when I went to Vincennes, they had one of the state competitions. I was
Really?
one of the judges. So, when I went to Vincennes from 86 to 89. So that tells you how long
Right.
those competitions have been going
We're
on.
getting I know the companies that work 31 years. Starving for young men. I agree. 100%, Brad. Same. My husband still credits Mr. Rick building trades.
Mr.
Yep.
Ritter, I had him
Yeah.
in high school.
Yeah, he did a lot of the HVAC in the building, the actual
Yeah,
building.
building trades.
Yeah. Very cool, gentlemen. November 3rd, 5 to 7 p.m. over at the high school at the door, pretty much right next to the cafeteria across
Yep.
from the softball field.
Yep.
I'm telling you, this is vital. People want to say there's no jobs or nothing to do in this community. These individuals right here are offering your younger generation a path to get your foot in the door. And of course, it's always up to you after that.
Yep, absolutely.
But these opportunities are available. Some great opportunities where you're not going to put yourself in debt with $100,000 and get a degree and then have to fight for the rest of your life paying that off, making who knows what kind of money. These jobs are out there right now, and they need people. And I guarantee you, as I said earlier, you could walk into a factory all across this state and say, "Hey, I'm a young man in high school or a young lady in high school, and I want to get into the building trades or the skilled labor. Can I come in and shadow?" No one would turn you down right now. All over Central Indiana, I guarantee it.
Right.
The positions are available, and you got individuals like Kellen here out there walking in and doing really well, obviously with it and getting 5th in the state. That's pretty cool, thanks to these gentlemen right here. So obviously they're doing something right. Would you say that, Kellen?
Well, I mean, I so.
We're trying. Everybody's trying. Yep.
Hey,
Definitely.
Well, the best part, like with a kid like Kellen, I mean, he's smart, he's driven, he
right,
can go do whatever he wants.
right.
But in the end, he'll never lose the skill set that he's building
That's
now.
the thing.
And he
exactly
can build on
right.
it and do whatever he wants with
Yeah.
it down the line.
Yep.
We kind of talked about that, before the show started. I still got my toolbox, so always had to go back.
Right. It's gone wheels. You
I can go back on the floor.
needed out here is the kind of mechanics that can work on electric vehicles. Very hard to find. Yeah, Rich is out in California. Thank you for what you're doing, gentlemen. Way to give back. I agree, Mac. It's awesome. So glad you're running the trades. I don't know which one you said it, but it's the backbone of this country.
It is.
It's what makes us different from all the other places.
I mean, yeah, we were talking about that before the show too. You know, there's so many things that people take for granted day in and day out. They touch that started with a skilled tradesman. It's amazing. You know, the skilled side of things is the backbone of our country.
And unfortunately, there's a lot of them going away.
Yes, absolutely.
And we need to replenish the stock. And you know, work conditions are 10,000 times better than what your grandpa had.
Absolutely.
The machines are a lot smarter,
a lot safer.
A lot safer. Yeah. So I mean, these are advantages these young people can take.
Yes.
And put to good use and make good money with. Well, gentlemen, anything else you want to add or talk about?
No, I think we kind of covered. I mean, just, you know, November 3rd, Thursday, November 3rd from 5 to 7. We'll be there.
You don't know the ebb and flow of this show and what we do. I've had so many people talk about it. Say, hey, we need to do something. We almost did a open house during COVID, but I had people tell me, well, there's no reason to do open house because nobody wants to work.
Yeah.
But these jobs here are needed.
Yes,
Big
very
time.
much so.
Brandon had to stay. Someone who would. Yep. Mark. Y'all know Mark.
Brandon Applegate. Mark, yeah, is that his dad?
Yep. Brandon's a good dude. Average tool and die rolls 5. We have. Yep. All over, Brad. Folks, November 3rd, I'm telling you. This, even if, like they said, even if you want to just go down there and take a look, maybe it's something you want to get involved with and help make grow as this moves forward. This is a good deal. Guys, I appreciate you guys coming in.
Yeah, appreciate for having us.
I want to stay involved with it.
Yeah.
Because I'll get asked about once every 3 or 4 months, something about the trades. Now that we got you guys a connection. Yeah. I didn't even think, you know, Overton, I didn't even know you worked there.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I didn't know you worked at Mears Machines.
Oh,
so,
I worked Smith's Aerospace and Twig and and Industrial NDT before it got sold to Body Code, and then so. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. Anybody have any questions? Fire away real quick. Kellen, good luck to you.
Yep.
We want to keep track of you as you go on and win the state championship next. Do you get a big trophy or anything? You get a big welding helmet or what do you get?
Actually, bringing that up, there's a lot of donations for this competition. First, second, and third for both CNC and the manual. They receive scholarships. They receive toolboxes. They receive tooling, and their prizes on down in the row as well. And there's a traveling trophy for the big. Martinsville, we only took one because we were in the process.
Right.
So there's some schools out there that had the trades program built up longer. So I mean, I got a lot of high hopes for Kellen, high hopes for our program as we've done the rebuild in the last 5 years. Yeah. But I mean, there's some amazing prizes in this.
Right. Hell, even if you just get him a scholarship to pay for his tool bill when he goes through work.
Oh, absolutely. the starting tool list at Vincennes is probably like $3,500.
That is
absolutely.
I'm not a machinist, so I don't have to deal with the tools. But
and they have to have that tool.
And their toolboxes are the meccas. You know what I mean? You don't touch them.
Yeah, right.
And they've got everything under the sun.
Yeah.
But they need them.
Yes.
Every one of the tools.
Yeah.
As will he. So.
You will use them day in and day out.
Oh yeah. All right, guys.
We appreciate it. Yes.
Hey, we'll stay in touch.
Yes,
we'll stay in touch with Kellen. November 3rd. You guys have a flyer or anything?
I did. I emailed it to Bethany.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah.
Because I can post that on the site. Okay. And we can push that. So, if not.
So we've been promoting it. They've been promoting it to the middle schools and the elementary schools too.
Yeah. So it has gone down that far.
It has.
That's good.
Yeah. Because if we can get kids that are interested in 6th, 7th grade, 8th grade, and bring them,
right.
That's just exposure to show kids what's out there.
Did you ever walk in your dad's shop? And that's how a lot of them started.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
That's where it started.
Yep.
All right, guys. Thank you so much.
We
will stay in touch and keep spreading the message. See you guys November 3rd, 5 to 7 at the high school. Thanks for tuning in. Rob will be in here tomorrow night, Monday Music Hour. We got guests coming in. Hardesty's coming in, I think, and somebody else. I'm sure I messed that up, but we'll see you guys tomorrow night.